you on your homework. Your homework was graded if you turned it in late, or fixed something and it wasn't late. Like a lot of people I told to correct something and I was still giving full credit to. All of those have been graded. A couple of reminders: you should only be turning in one file, not 10 pictures. 10 pictures can be in your one file, but you are turning in one Google file, a Google Doc preferably, but slides will work as well, with all of your work in there, and it needs to be in order. So Monday's work, Tuesday's work, classwork, then homework, classwork, then homework. So yesterday we don't really have any work. So what we do today should be the first thing I see when I open your assignment on Friday. So it's due Friday. There was nothing to turn in from yesterday, and then what we have today. If you're still having issues, you can talk to me at the end of class or email me. And if I got several emails asking why you got the grade you got, go back, look in Google Classroom. I tried to put notes when I returned your grade if you didn't get full credit. With that being said, we are going to move on to the do the math from page 38, numbers 1 through 3. Also, if you have a calculator, you probably want that close by. Stuff like this will be on your test on Friday. So if you have questions, ask as we're going through it so that you're prepared for your test Friday. So let me just kind of, those of you that don't have the book or to follow along. So number 1, the average annual tuition for 4-year private colleges increased by 5.9% from last year. The average cost last year was $31,250. What is the average cost this year? Round up to the nearest whole dollar. So it was $31,250. I'm just kind of writing down what we know so I don't have to keep the book there. And it increased by 5.9%. And we want to know the new cost. So one important thing here is when we're working with decimals, we need to turn them, when we're working with percents, we need to turn them into a decimal. So 5.9% is the same as 0.059. To turn a percent into a decimal, you always move your decimal place 2 spots. So it ends up being right there. 5.9 becomes 0.059. You always move your decimal 2 spots to the left. So it was $31,250 and it increased by this much. The word by means we're going to multiply here. So we're going to multiply this by 0.059. So 31,250 times 0.059. So this is a $1,843.75. And the book says round up to the nearest whole dollar. So if we round this, it would be $1,844. 75 cents will round up to the nearest dollar or to the next dollar. So this isn't the cost of tuition next year. This is how much it increased by. So the increase was $1,844. So to figure out how much it costs for this year, we're going to take last year's cost and we have to add the increase for this year. So 31,250 plus 1844. Sorry, I don't know why this is having such a hard time focusing today. So this year's cost would be $33,094. Okay. So again, if you have questions, please type them in the chat or stop me because this is stuff you can see on your test on Friday. So number 2 says, use this year's tuition costs, so your answer from above. So we're gonna start with this answer here. If the tuition increases by 6% for each of the next 3 years, what will the cost be for the 4 years? Round to the nearest whole dollar. So on this problem, the increase is 6%, which as a decimal is 0.06. Okay. So we have to do it for year 2, year 3, and year 4. So this is this year. Year 2, or next year, was the $33,094 multiplied by 0.06, because that's how much it increased. So 3394 times 0.06, so $1,985.64. Which, if we round that, is $1,986. Again, this represents the increase. So for the second year, the cost went up $1,986. So for the new price, we take last year's cost, the $33,094, and we add it with the increase. So the tuition for year 2 is $35,080. Year 3 is the same process. We take the cost from year 2, and we multiply it by 0.06. Because every year it's increasing 6%. So this is $2,104. Remember, when it says 0.8, you want to write that as 0.80. Money, you always want to use your 2 decimal places here. So same thing. We have to round this. Since it's 80 cents, we're going to round that up to $2,105 was the increase. So the cost for year 3 is $35,080 plus the $2,105 increase. So your tuition for your 3rd year would be $37,185. Oops. So let me put that back up there. What I want you to do now plus $39,416. So again, I repeated the steps for year 4. Then the book asks for the total tuition for 4 years. Total means add. So we just take this year, next year, the year after, and the year after. We're going to add them all up. So $33.94 plus $35,080. Oops. I don't know why I cleared that. $37,185 plus $39,416. So $144,775 is going to be the tuition for the 4 years. And finally, the last one here, I'll put the book up and then I'll move it. So a store owner raised prices for a product when the demand increased. So remember, if demand goes up, the price is going to go up. As shown below, calculate the amount of sales at each price level and the total sales for all price levels. So this store owner that sells something for $15 and the quantity demanded that they're selling is 8,000. They have something else for sale for $15.50 and they're selling 7,300 of those. They have something else for sale for $16 and they're selling 5,700 of those. So we want to calculate the revenue or the amount made in sales. It's not the profit. We don't know how much money is coming out of pocket here, but we're calculating how much money is being brought in. So we're doing it for each one separately, and then we have to get the total sales after that. So we have $15. And if we sold 8,000 of those at $15, we're going to multiply. So $15 times 8,000. And then when you do this, the $15, you don't have to put the 0.00. Excuse me, that's the way the book had it written, so that's the way I did it. But that's the same thing if we just did 15 times 8,000. You're going to get the same answer. So the money brought in from sales here was $120,000. Then the price was $15.50, and the quantity demanded from the book was 7,300. So 1,550 times 7,300. So the total sales of this product were $113,000, $113,150. And lastly, there was a $16 product, but only 5,700 of those were sold. So the money brought in sales there was $91,200. So the total sales then, we add all the money made, $120,000 plus $113,150 plus $91,200. So 120,000 plus the 113,150 plus the 91,200 is $24,350. Again, that's the total sales. That doesn't mean that's the profit. We don't know what the profit is. They didn't give us enough information to calculate that. So again, this is going to be the first thing in your Google document. Either you typed it or you hand wrote it and take a picture. This is the first thing in the Google Doc that you will turn in on Friday or whenever you finish, if you finish Thursday. So that's the classwork part today. For your homework, I do want to show you kind of your homework. Actually, do we have any questions on that math stuff before I go on to the homework? The homework is not math. Okay, so in your Google Classroom, if you scroll down to the post that says the assignments for the week, you had the do the math that we just did. And then the vocab worksheet is your homework. So it's right here, the chapter 1 vocab worksheet. You can print it, you don't have to. If you print it, you obviously just write directly on this and take pictures of this. If you don't, you can write it in your notebook, you can type it in a Google Doc, I don't care. So the first part is vocab and it's matching. You are doing this whole worksheet, even though I just titled it the vocab worksheet. If you are writing these out and not printing them or you're typing them, no, you don't need to type out the whole definition. You would just say 1 is A, 2 is B, 3 is C, 4 is D, and so on. Obviously not those because you're going to be matching them. Then you go on to the back and you have some true false problems. So again, you're just kind of writing your answer on this line. Same thing as if you're typing it or writing it, it would just say true or false. And then the last section is multiple choice, A, B, C, or D for each of these. So there are 40 questions, but it shouldn't take too long. Sometimes I think the true and false takes the longest because you have to pay a little bit more attention there. But that is your homework, matching the vocab, true and false, and multiple choice questions. You will have questions similar to these on your test. I will go over the answer key or share it, I think when you guys turn this in before your test. So that is available to you. Or if you have questions, please reach out and ask me because you want to make sure you're doing these correctly before your test on Friday. But that is all I have for you guys today. So go start on that. You could definitely get it done before 3:20 when school ends if you wanted to just get it over with. And I will see you tomorrow at 2. Unless you have questions, you can go.
If we're writing this on our